Happy Sunday. First and foremost, want to say happy Sunday to everybody. Hopefully, y'all had a great weekend. Hopefully, being rested up for the work week that's coming. And KP was good. I gotta say, man, F the credit score. It's a lot of times it's just like this credit score is a lot of you gonna get tripped up focusing on the wrong things with the credit score. Right. We put so much on there, but I'm going to show you guys two examples today, real life examples, one of which happened today. One of which happened today where one of my clients, their profiles look Gucci. I mean, under 30% utilization, no missed payments, no derogatories, no nothing, but they were still denied an application with American Express. And I have another situation where a gentleman, a young brother, hit me up via inbox. This is not a client of mine, but they had I'm gonna show y'all what's going on with them. They had an amazing credit score. Amazing credit score. They went for funding, but they're still getting denied funding. Get like you. Man, I'm trying to be like y'all, you feel me? But they were still denied funding. So let's get into this thing, man, because this credit score, this credit score myth that everybody be talking about, listen, is not what you think it is. It's so much more than what you think it is. And we're going to get into it because it's not just about that 3-digit number. It's always going to be about knowing what the bank rules are. It's always going to be about understanding what your actual credit profile looks like. It's not just the number, it's the report. The report gives you the number. Without the report, there would be no number. So I'm gonna show you guys in real life. This is a real life example what I'm talking about. So let me share my screen. What's up, everybody? Everybody on the internet's Facebook, YouTube, IG. What's good? What's good? All right. So let me show y'all. So this brother hit me up on Instagram after I did a live a couple of weeks ago, and all information protected for privacy, of course. And you can see, he's been doing this thing. He got a 744 on Credit Karma, and he has a 740 on FICO. So the brother's been doing his research because he's in the 740s on the Vantage score side and on the FICO side. So he's not slouching. He's definitely been putting in that work. But you see at the bottom of the screen, he's frustrated because he says he's still getting denied everywhere he turns. So I'm like, okay, there's got to be more to this picture. Got to be more to it than what I'm looking at, because just off of the score alone, he should definitely be getting approved for everything, right? So now we got to start looking at his profile. What's making up this 740? So I asked him, can you break down the profile for me? I want to see the elements of your credit score. So he sent me a follow-up screenshot, right? So again, his credit score is still looking vicious though. It's still looking amazing. He got 100% on-time payment history. He only has 4% credit card utilization, right? So far, everything is green. No derogatory marks. He even has 11 accounts. And I'm going to show you on his TransUnion, he only has like 2 inquiries. So anyone else looking at this would be like, man, that's crazy. Why would you get denied? Everything is go. Everything is a green, right? But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. We're talking about that lending, these lending criteria, especially when we're talking about going for that business funding. This is why we always say one of the things you need is at least 2 years of credit history. My man fell short of that. He's at 1.5 years. It sounds petty, but these is the facts. If you out here chasing that score, you will get your feelings hurt if every single piece of the puzzle is not put in the right place. Going after funding, building up what's called a fundable profile is exactly like baking a cake. Exactly like it. Everything has to be perfect. The ingredients got to be perfect. The timing of how long you put the cake in, the batter got to be whipped just right. Letting it, I don't know how to bake a cake, y'all. So pardon me, I'm about to make up some stuff. The temperature, how long is in the oven, all of that has to be perfect so that that cake can come out perfect. If any one of those ingredients or if any step is missed, you're going to end up with the cake falling in. Y'all seen the cake with it like do that thing where it sink in, or it's going to be undercooked, or it's going to be overcooked. It might get burnt, right? If you dealing with a tall cake, you may not have that joint stabilized and it fall over and tumble. And then you did all this hard work and you pretty much are left with nothing. And that's what's going on with my man right here. Still with a 740, but still getting denied because even though that score looking beautiful, the all the ingredients aren't there. In this case, he took the cake out of the oven a little too early. So you may be wondering, all right, Jamal, so what can we do to fix this? Now, luckily, this is actually a pretty easy fix. Now, one thing he can do is, of course, he can just let these accounts sit on his report a little longer and let them age. The other thing he could do is get authorized users. So with an authorized user, that would be, going to his mom, his dad, a grandma, uncle, cousin, someone who has had credit, more credit than he does for a longer period of time, and then saying, hey, can you add me on as an authorized user? Quick and easy. Or if he doesn't know anybody with good credit that has credit for a long time, he would need to purchase some trade lines, right? Just buy trade lines off the internet somewhere, and boom, right? That could beef up his profile enough so that he can then go out and get funding. And just so y'all know what I'm talking about again, where I say the credit score doesn't matter for anyone that's joining late, I'm gonna show y'all this brother's credit score. It's dope. It's pretty damn good, right? So imagine imagine you're still getting denied credit with a 744 or a 740 credit score. How would you feel at that point? I know I would feel discouraged. I would feel heartbroken. I would think I'm on top of the world. I got a 744. I'm at a 740, but then I can't get no money. So what the hell? And he reached out, and so through our conversation, he realized what he needed. He was missing that age, right? And so another situation that occurred is just today, had a client and we went through, we're going to do an our Amex thing, right? They already had some Amex cards. They were looking for some more funding. I'm like, okay, you already have an established relationship with Amex. Boom, let's see what's going on with Amex, right? This is where not only having a good credit score, 740 and above, not only ensuring that your profile is in order, meaning that you have less than 30% utilization, even less than 20% or less than 10% utilization. Your credit profile is older. Every account on there is older than 2 years, right? Even ensuring that you have high credit limits on there, 5,000, 10,000 above on your credit report. Even with all of that in place, you still want to know and understand the lending rules for that exact bank. So in this particular situation, my client, we still got her some new credit. We still got her some new credit. She was approved for two new Business Blue Plus cards, right? Still approved for those. So it's not all gloom and doom. We still got those approvals in, right? Each one's for different varying amounts. But then we hit a wall, and they were actually was approved for two. We did four applications. We did four applications. Out of the four applications, she was approved for two of the applications. So then it was just a matter of waiting for their responses. American Express response. When you're denied, always read the letter or the email that they send you telling you why you were denied. Always is going to give you that clarity, so you're not lost in the sauce. You're not out here trying to figure out what happened, what you did wrong, because maybe you didn't do anything wrong. In this particular instance, we had maxed out Amex. Basically, that's what happened. So we maxed out Amex. With Amex internal guidelines, you can have 10 charge cards and 4 credit cards. Now, she wanted as much 0% financing as possible. With American Express, 0% financing basically is only available through their credit cards. Sometimes you can get the business platinum with the 0% entry for 12 months. I got that when I applied earlier, no, last year, last March, they had a promo where you got zero interest on the first 12 months on the business platinum. But right now, 0% for 12 months is only available on their blue series. So the business blue plus, and the business blue cash. She already had two other credit cards, a Hilton card and something else. And now she went for the business blue card. She did get approved for two of them, but then the other two she was declined because we hit the max. You can only have 4 or 5 American Express credit cards, whether it's on the personal or the business side. So at this point, she can't get no more, right? So we were surprised to see the denial, but well, we were initially surprised that she was denied because all of her data points are spot on. Everything looks Gucci, everything looks perfect, but those internal bank rules come into play. So in this particular instance, we submitted over the course of this year, she submitted 9 American Express applications. Out of the 9, she was approved for 6 cards. Not a bad ratio, being approved for 6 out of 9. Out of those 6, 4 of those cards are credit cards. So I told her, listen, we tapped out on the credit card side. You can only get charge cards moving forward. With American Express, you can get 10 charge cards. They'll let you get 10 charge cards because every single charge card has an annual fee. So they more than happy to collect those annual fees from you, right? They'll give you them 10, and you're gonna pay that annual fee for each one of them joints. You know what I'm saying? So that's where understanding the internal lending criteria, internal rules of the different banks come into play, because that's only American Express. We also are going to be going after Bank of America. We're also going to be going after Navy Federal. Now, with Bank of America, it's possible to get 2 credit cards with one hard pull. Bank of America has the 432 rule, where you can get 2 credit cards, one hard pull, or 2 credit cards every month, right? But you can't have you you can't Bank of America would not approve you for 4 credit cards within 2 years. That's their own credit cards internally. And then Navy Federal, with them, it's a hard pull for everything. They don't give you anything on a soft pull. They're going to hard pull you for every single thing that you apply for. And they do have a maximum lending Typically on the personal side is 80,000 and on the business side is 120,000. So when we're going for more funding, we also want to we're going to be keeping track of what that lending maximum is, right? Because then once we hit that ceiling, you're going to get denied. So these are how you can end up being denied with good credit, because we're not understanding the particulars of our profile, and we're not understanding the internal rules of each bank that we're going for when it comes to these funding sprees and funding applications. So hopefully that made sense. Y'all let me know if you have any questions, comments. What has your experience been with American Express? Have you guys ran into a wall? Have you maxed out your American Express applications or credit card slots? And what has been your results with Navy Federal? What have been your results with Bank of America? Let me know in the comments, right? If you are also someone who needs help or is looking for guidance with getting funding, definitely you could click the link in the description, or if you're watching this on Instagram, click the link in my bio, set an appointment, and we can go through your profiles, both your personal and your business profiles, to see what type of funding you may qualify for. Now, if you're not in position to get funding, like my man that we showed earlier, he still needs to get that age up. We can discuss that and work with you and give you a game plan or action steps that you can take to put yourself in position. All right. Thanks everybody for tapping in. My name is Jamal, the credit protector, and I'll be talking to y'all tomorrow. All right. Peace.